everyone, I'm Ian Hutch. Iron Fist was the night that it all came to an end. It was Iron Fist 2017. New chapters were begun, and for some, chapters were ended, because at Iron Fist, it all ended there. Let's take a look. Let's dive into some of the matches that happened at Iron Fist as we look towards the future as well. As we recap some of the old matches, we will have an eye for what's coming next in the Pentagon Wrestling Federation. I'm Ian Hutch, and this is the Iron Fist 2017 Fallout. First of all, let's talk about the very first match. The opening contest for Iron Fist 2017 was the first ever PWF Fans Bring the Weapons match. And these two had it all, and it was quite the way to kick off the show. These two definitely had it for each other. It was just at the appropriate time that Abstract came back and delivered vengeance on El Uno Esqualito. It was the grudge match that these two had been waiting for, and they both finally got their comeuppance. Depending on whose side you're on, maybe only one of them got their rightful comeuppance. But in the end, El Uno Esqualito stood tall as he used some of the weapons that were provided by the Pentagon Posse. Let's take a look at the match. Cupid?
Thanks, Ian. Now, my personal take on the match, it was wacky, as I can put it. I just loved how, well, in the beginning, how he entered, how Abstract entered. I did not see him coming from the attic. His face in the cake, it was sweet. But what really hit the target in this match was the dancing. I was in love with the dancing. It was in sync. It was unexpected, to be honest. It was different most of all.
Well, thank you, Cupid, for that as he ran down the match play-by-play in some of his favorite spots. One of my favorite spots that was not mentioned was when Abstract pulled the cane from the audience and used it to wrench the midsection of the Mexican sensation. It was quite the memorable moment for both parties that were associated with this match. I definitely think that this is not the last we will see of Abstract. He got cake to the face. These two will not meet one-on-one in the Pentagon again. However, there is no doubt in my mind that we will see much more from Abstract in the future, and there is no doubt in my mind that the Mexican sensation will continue as he was victorious in this matchup. And now we move on to Azul Ray versus the Mighty Midget Hunter Olsen in PWF's first ever kendo stick on a pole match. Cupid, you do the honors.
Gotta say, the Azul Ray versus Hunter Olsen wasn't my most favorite. Though the target of it, that hit right in the bullseye, when Hunter tried grabbing the kendo stick, it was hilarious. I found love.
Thank you, Cupid. We appreciate it. And one of the spots that was not mentioned by Cupid, one of my favorite parts of this match, was when Hunter Olsen got himself together, was able to steal the kendo stick from the Blue King Azul Ray and whale him with it just enough times to keep Azul Ray down. Although it didn't last long, it was a triumphant moment for Hunter Olsen, and the Pentagon Posse loved every second of it. As far as what's next for Azul Ray, I know that he will continue to dominate the main event scene, or whatever scene he can find himself in. What we saw at the Perfect Storm was quite obvious, and it was that Azul Ray does not care if he is put in the main event or not. He will make sure he is in it. To me, there should be some consequences for Azul Ray's actions, but we'll see if Ben Chayta decides to do anything about it. He might just have had his consequences at the prom when Hunter Olsen was able to get his revenge. Although Hunter Olsen was not able to come out on top this time, I know that Hunter Olsen is not going down without a fight. I'm sure we will see more of the Mighty Midget in the future. However, at this time, we are not sure of Hunter Olsen's current medical state, but we will send you an update as soon as possible. With so many kendo stick shots, he was not looking too good at Iron Fist, but we will just see. There is no doubt that Hunter Olsen is a very tenacious individual and will not let that keep him down. Now we go to the match for the Pentagon Wrestling Championship. Hold up there, Ian. Hold up. Get lost. You can't just... Yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Move! Get out of here. I just thought for this match, for the Pentagon Wrestling Championship, that you would want to hear a word or two from your freaking Pentagon Wrestling Champion. I don't think we need this crap. I don't think we need that. Alright, now let's recap the match. We don't need no Cupid. We can just have Rocket Boy recap it because he is an expert analysis because he was actually in the freaking match. Let's recap it. First of all, no, not that part, not that part. Just next part. Come on. There we go. That absolutely astronomical asteroid forearm to the purple freak of infinity. And then, no, get rid of that part. That doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. And then we had this meteor bomb by Rocket Boy. Flawless. And then we had Rocket, no, get out of it. Get rid of it. That doesn't matter. Come on. And then we had Rocket Boy deliver this meteor bomb onto the flower bed. And then we had Rocket Boy punt the head of Mobius. And then we had Rocket... No, stop. Get rid of it. Who cares? No, I don't want that either. Come on. It doesn't matter. Because guess what does matter? This matters. I delivered a legendary meteor bomb off the attic ladder that nobody will ever forget because guess what happened next? Rocket Boy claimed back his Pentagon Wrestling Champion in the first ever 2 out of 3 Falls Count Anywhere match. And a night of firsts is what Ian Hutch likes to call it. Rocket Boy became the first ever 2-time Pentagon Wrestling Champion. I mean, what more do I do to explain myself? You know what? I'm the first ever 2-time Pentagon Wrestling Champion, and I became that in the first ever 2 out of 3 Falls Count Anywhere match, which is why there's going to be a celebration. You can't have this type of accomplishment without some sort of celebration. I am the great. I am the one and only Rocket freaking Boy. There's going to be a celebration. And this celebration is going to be Rocket Boy's championship coronation. And this coronation of the crowning of the first ever 2-time Pentagon Wrestling Champion is going to take place in the Pentagon Arena. And who's invited? Not Ian Hutch, not Joe Macho, not our new company owner, Ben Chayta Workman. No, none of those idiots are invited. None of the Pentagon posse is invited because they weren't in my corner when I won this Pentagon Wrestling Championship, so they don't get to be in my corner now that I am the Pentagon Wrestling Champion. No, nobody gets to be there. It's a private ceremony. I'm gonna book it. Rocket Boys Championship Coronation. Join me. Join me on the PWF channel as we crown the new Pentagon Wrestling Champion. And now we go on to the main event, which is also irrelevant because who really cares? It doesn't matter who owns the company because who's the face of the company? Rocket Boy, the 2-time Pentagon Wrestling Champion. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Ben Chayta Workman is running things, if Joe Macho is running things, if frickin' Ian Hutch is running things. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, as long as they treat their champion right, the company will be successful. As long as they treat Rocket Boy the way that he's supposed to be treated, everything will work out. And Joe Macho didn't do that. Mobius had to demand the match between Rocket Boy and himself. But let's just get into this, okay? 20-minute Iron Man match. We talk about some cool spots, right? Yeah, the macho monkey flip, whatever the crap Ian Hutch was calling it. We had the Greyhound with all these controversial pinfalls and Joe Macho being a whiny little baby about it. Who whines all the time? Whining is for losers. Winners make it happen, and I make it happen day in and day out. And Joe Macho, as we saw at Iron Fist, is a loser. He couldn't get the job done with Greyhound, and he couldn't get the job done with what happened next in the match. Because what happened next in the match was when Ben Ta Workman stepped in, and Ben Ta Workman became the hero of the story. Yay, and the Pentagon Posse cheered him on as he beat the living crap out of the worthless owner known as Joe frickin' Macho. Joseph Camacho, whatever the crap he wants to call himself. And Ben Ta Workman is now the owner of the Pentagon Wrestling Federation. Woohoo! Who cares? Because like I said, as long as Ben Ta Workman treats me right, who cares who owns the company? But I'll tell you this. He said at Iron Fist I have to face Joe Macho for my Pentagon Wrestling Championship. If that's really how it's going down, if that's really how Ben Ta Workman wants to run things, I just have a question. What did Joe Macho do to earn a shot at my Pentagon Wrestling Championship? What did Joe Macho do to be in the same ring as Rocket Boy, who's accomplished more in the past year than Joe Macho has in his entire career? Joe Macho has done next to nothing, besides maybe his undefeated streak that got broken last year. Who did it get broken by? Rocket Boy broke that undefeated streak. That's right. Rocket Boy broke the undefeated streak of Joe Macho. That's right. I defeated Joe Macho. I also kicked out of the Macho Stun, right? Yeah. And after that, I've been unstoppable. Although I got cheated out of some wins. Although I got cheated out of some victories that should have been mine. You can say that I didn't earn it fairly or that I didn't get the win fairly or in a constitutional manner, but the fact is, I do what it takes to win. I don't accept a loss. I don't lose. Rocket Boy, by any means necessary, makes sure he gets the win. Anyways, Rocket Boy's championship coronation is coming up real soon. And Ben Ta Workman, Joe Macho, I hope you're watching. Because you'll understand what a real champion is supposed to look like. So how do I close this out? Ian left. I'm the only person here because I took over the frickin' show because I can do Ian's job better than he can. So how do I close the show? How do I close the show? This has been the Iron Fist 2017 Fallout. And this is the face of the PWF. Signing out.